because that's going to be our little chamber of secrets. The fact that we are highly, highly explosive. Good morning, afternoon, pre-evening or evening everybody, and welcome back to another episode of An Ecologist Plays, where we talk about nature while playing games. My name is Will and we are back in Empires of the Undergrowth, and today we are going to fight a possibly losing battle. We are going to be fighting against the army ants, and we're going to be playing as the exploding termites, so this should be fun. So we're just going into the extra levels here. And it's frontline, no ants land. This is where we're going to make our stand. And here in the forest, the queen of the Neocrapitermes Tarakoa has made her nest, the exploding termites. I will get back to what on earth they do and how they do it and all those wonderful things in a moment. But yeah, the idea is we are going to be making a whole bunch of workers that will eventually start sacrificing themselves for the good of the colony. So this is another species that does the whole autothesis thing, the self-sacrifice, similar to the exploding ants we had in the previous episode. Just to note, as was pointed out in the comments of the previous video, we there played actually as the invaders in the Brazilian rainforest. We played as Malaysian exploding ants invading the area where leafcutter ants and fire ants actually are indigenous. But today we are playing as a species that is indigenous to the New World, in this case to French Guiana, to the north of Brazil. This is where this species was actually described, and it's named after the Tarakoa River, which occurs in that area. So without any further ado though, let's jump right in, shall we? And of course, being termites, we are feeding on plant matter, so we're just going to start digging out a few chambers. What can we do? I think this is the only chamber we can actually dig out without any worries. Now, while we are establishing, we are going to be playing relatively cautiously, right, as we usually do when we start a new colony. We're going to start a chamber here with some workers. That's what we're going to establish here. Now, both the workers and the soldiers actually have interesting abilities. They've got different abilities, and we'll get to that in a moment. But let's plop down some workers here, and they can then get to work actually collecting some plants, and then they can go outside to collect some more plant matter. Now, what you will see here, though, are workers that look different based on their age. So all of these are workers, but these ones here are younger. The ones that have darker abdomens, well, they are older. And the idea is that, and this is what happens with them, as the termite workers get older, they get better at sacrificing themselves. As they get older, they accumulate more and more of a bluish type crystal called blue lacaze BP76, if I'm not mistaken. And that is the compound that they will be using in autothesis, in self-sacrifice. So as these little guys get older, they will accumulate more of that lacaze BP76, and they get better at killing invertebrate predators that attack their colony. Everything they do is in essence for the good of the colony. Okay, and of course the bar at the top has just appeared. That of course indicating that, well, here come our main enemies for this mission. The army ants. So this is the mission, of course, that we played previously as the leafcutter ants, where we had to repel the army ants. But in this mission, we don't really succeed as easily at driving back the army ants. The idea is we've got to survive for 4 days. It does not mean we've got to drive back the army ants completely. We just have to survive. That's what we have to do. And that is what we are going to do, hopefully. We just have to keep an eye out. We have got dangerous things already in the area. We've got a jumping spider, of course, as well. And we've got Odontomachus over there, the trapjaw ant. And we are going to dethrone that trapjaw ant because until some of the termites and their amazing rapid abilities were discovered, it was thought that, okay, Odontomachus boweri was actually the fastest animal movement in the world. And then they found a termite that actually does it faster. I will talk about that in a moment. We will need some soldiers to defend our colony as well. And here we go. Here is our soldier that we've got here, our soldier termite. Now, Capri meaning goat, Neo means new, so it's from the New World, and Termes meaning termite. So this is the goat termite from the New World. That's what the name literally means. And if you look at his little face here, you'll notice something very strange. First of all, the mandibles. One is shorter than the other. And the other thing is that the mandibles aren't like straight or bent like normally. These ones are really twisted. And that is something you see in all the termites that have got Capri in their name. So they are the new capritermes, there are the pericapritermes, there are a whole bunch of something capritermes. And actually 2 different families altogether that have evolved these twisted mandibles. Now the reason they have this is asymmetrical because it allows them to make more rapid movement and potentially more powerful snapping actions with their mandibles. So what they will do is, instead of using their mandibles and pinching from this side and from that side to grab attackers, they actually push this one against that one, and they build up tension, and then they snap past one another. The right one will snap past the left one, and the left one will snap past the right one, and the left one will also snap in a more clockwise fashion. And where some of these termites actually have symmetrical twisted mandibles, they will hit the ants or whatever is attacking them, usually more to the side, so on the side of their body or the side of the head. This allows them to bonk them straight on the head. Being asymmetrical, actually, it's weird, but the physics end up resulting in these little termites here bonking their attackers on the forehead. And they prove very, very effective against more generalist ants, not against the ponerine ants. The ponerine ants, being specialized, and especially ones that are specialized in eating termites, they won't be killed by this. In fact, most of them won't even be harmed by this. But the generalist ones, the generalist ants, they will very often, like more than 90% mortality rate will be experienced by them when they are bonked on the head by these asymmetrical mandibles, which is really amazing. And they tested this against Anoplolepis gracilipes and the Phaidole megacephala, the yellow crazy ant and the big-headed ant. And yeah, those ones were bonked on the head, and most of them actually died as a result when they were bonked on the head by these termites. That is quite cool. So this is going to be our main little defense in the nest itself. So we're just going to quickly get a few more so that we can clear out the nest a little bit better. We just also have to keep an eye out because we have got the jumping spider there. If it comes close, we're going to retreat very quickly into our nest. Okay, there we go. Let's collect the food up here as well. And while we do that, let's make a few more soldiers, shall we? Okay, we are under attack, and we're just not exploding yet. I don't want to actually waste my explosions on this little rove beetle larva. But we will have some defenders coming out in a moment. Now, the army ants are going back to their bivouac again now. They have successfully raided the environment around their temporary nest. Oh, you guys are not supposed to be collecting food. Accidentally had my soldiers also collecting food. You guys are not meant to collect food. You are just meant to defend. There we go. There's something to actually snap. Oh, look at that. If we look at these termites, you'll see their heads go boonk to the side. That is when they actually are snapping their 2 mandibles past one another. Okay, it's very quick. Like, it is so quick. The speed at which they can do this, I believe it's been clocked at about 360 kilometers an hour. So more than 100 meters a second they've been clocked at, which is really amazing. That is so quick. So quick. That is now not this specific species, but a termite species that uses a similar mechanism. They are now officially the fastest animal on Earth, or the fastest animal movement on Earth, not in terms of running, but in terms of their snapping of their mandibles. Really amazing. Oh, we are going to be attacked here by this katydid, and we are bringing our... There we go. Oh, look at those ones. They fling themselves back, kind of out of reach of the katydid, and look at that. We just like annihilated that katydid. No problem. So when they are like supercharging, they go red. What they do is they are just increasing the friction there. Oh, we can actually have more soldiers. Let's do that, because we are going to need that against the lovely army ants we are going to be encountering in a moment. But when they glow red, they are increasing their friction between their 2 mandibles. Soon we are going to have to make more workers though. I will get back to that in a moment. We're going to have to make a second squad of workers. Okay, next up we're going to go here. We're just quickly clearing whatever we can around in this area. Well, especially, actually, we need to go a little bit further afield, because we need to go and move into an area where the army ants usually go. So if we could technically come to this area, get a lot of food over here, but that's a long way to defend our workers. Now, unlike the other termites we played as, the macrotermes, these guys are not fungal farmers. They are just feeding on the cellulose. They're just breaking down the dead plant matter, because they will have protozoans in their gut that can break down the cellulose and actually help them extract the food that is within the cells of the dead plant matter there. As mentioned previously, these termites would actually not be running around above ground to actually go and collect food. They would instead be making little tunnels underground and then just have the little tunnels emerging there where the food actually is. That's much safer than running around like this. Okay, let's quickly grab the food that is up here, because this is a lot of food that we can gather. Oh, we are actually going to be under attack, and look at that. There they go, the little workers sacrificing themselves. That's kind of a bad thing. I don't want them to sacrifice themselves, but the ones that are, poof, they rupture. The ones that have got enough of that lackase in them, they rupture. And they, destroy the enemy, or try to destroy the enemy in the process. I was actually hoping I could dig out this area without problems. It didn't happen. Okay, so you know what? Let's expand this as much as I wanted to in the first place. And then let's defend our line again, because we are being ravaged by 2 Devil's Coach Horse beetles. We really are being attacked along this line. And again, this is the reason why they would actually be making little tunnels rather than actually running above ground. Everywhere along the line, we are being attacked by a whole range of invertebrate predators. So the orthothesis, though, the self-sacrifice that these termites will do, it is relatively effective against invertebrate predators. Not so much birds and mammals and reptiles and stuff that will also be eating them. We're not really affected by it. Interesting, the ants we were playing as previously, apparently when they explode, they smell like curry, which is a very, very interesting way to describe an exploding ant's scent or smell. Okay, I do believe the army ants are going back, and soon they're actually going to come right past our nest, I believe. And then we will most likely actually just be gathering a bunch of food in the nest and getting ready to defend ourselves a bit. Unfortunately, our little workers here on the front line are being attacked quite badly. But luckily, the cavalry is approaching. The little whip spider here, using its little raptorial forelimbs to try and, or raptorial pedipalps to grab us, but, you know, no match for a strong soldier. Oh, we really are full again with food. Okay. What we're going to have to do is upgrade our main soldiers. That's what we're going to have to do. And the katydids also attacking our frontline workers here, because, well, these katydids are omnivorous. Oh, there's a velvet worm, of course, as well. Now, you're not going to survive for long. Listen. Because here comes our... Oh, that was a nice big hit. Nice big punch there. These soldiers really are amazing. I am thoroughly enjoying them. Okay, we are going to be under attack by harvestmen in a moment, but this should also be fine-ish. Oh, we are also under attack by a rove beetle here. An adult, actually. But even it is no match for us. Now, the harvestmen, they may prove a little bit more dangerous. Okay, and the army ants are coming back, so let's all run back into our nest. Unfortunately, oh yeah, there we go. We really are being attacked by these army ant soldiers in front here. But most of our termites actually kind of made it back, so let's now get ready to just collect food in the nest here. We also want another chamber of workers, because that's going to be our little chamber of secrets. The fact that we are highly, highly explosive. So underground, the ability of these guys is actually to do a lot of damage to the enemy. So, gwah, gwah. Like that, really, really damage them quite nicely. Here we go, the army ants are expanding. And they are coming past our nest. Now, here's our mound. They are right over there. We can try to push them back, but we just have to survive 2 days. If need be, we can really try to defend ourselves in the nest itself here. That could actually be a good strategy to use. Now, let's get our soldiers to come in and just clear a bit more. Oh, we are actually under attack. So what we are going to do now is, yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's fight them. Let's fight them. Okay, now I'm not used to my soldiers and my workers being in different groups like this. Okay, let's just switch it around. You see, now the army ants, they've expanded to the point where they can actually come into our nest. And we need to just be prepared that some of our workers are probably going to explode eventually. But that's fine. We survived the initial foray by them. Okay. You know what? This is fine. Oh, here come the leaf cutters. I have not seen you previously, but you must have been here before. What I also forgot to mention previously is that these guys, have also had a bit of an overhaul with the latest update, where they're looking a little bit more realistic. And the whole rainforest map has a more realistic feel. The way the plants look, the way they harvest the leaves, all of that. It looks so much more realistic. It really is an amazing little upgrade to the graphics of the rainforest missions as well. That is really, really cool. Okay, yeah, we've got to potentially now forage. What we're going to do is we're just going to space out our soldiers, I guess, a bit. That's way too far for us to forage. You know what, let's come down here, shall we? Oh, food stores are full. Huh, not for long. Not for long. We're going to still upgrade our soldiers. And we'll get back to why in a moment. Oh, we are under attack by the leafcutter ants. Can you believe this? Goodness me. Now we've got group number 5 of our termite, our workers. You can see some of them are darker colors, have darker backsides than others. They're going to be the explosive ones underground here, that if the enemy does come into our nest, yeah, they're going to regret it because they're going to explode on them. For the moment, these workers of ours are not getting ready to explode. They're just doing their job collecting food. But what we are most likely going to do is, as the army ants come back, some of these are going to be switched over to explosive units. And we're going to go with the one being the explosive group. As they then kind of recharge, we're going to have the next explosive group. As they recharge, the third explosive group goes back to the first explosive group. So we're going to rotate explosive groups. Oh, technically, we've got enough food again. Wow. Let's upgrade our soldiers a bit more, so that they can hold the line a little bit better. Okay, you guys have basically collected all the food in this area, which means we've got to go somewhere else. Just have to keep an eye out, because I think the leafcutters may be trying to raid us again. I don't know why they want to, because we're not competing for food. There's very little competition between us. They're going for living leaves, we're going for dead plant matter that they won't be going for. Okay, but I do believe dawn is breaking, so we should be falling back perhaps, because I do believe the army ants are going to be coming soon. Yeah, here we go. Everybody fall back. Okay, here come the army ants again. We've got the minims, we've got the media, we've got the mages, all of them. And there we go, the mages really holding the line over here. Kind of like synchronized swimming in the Olympics, like tint, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. Yeah, and we're just holding out right over here in our little chamber of secrets. Here we go, army ants actually in here. Oh my word, group number 5 already went boom. And there we go, again going boom. Let's actually now get group number 5 to no longer be boom. You're going to collect food here. And group number 3, you guys can come in and you can go boom. Oh, you're not boom. Group number 2, you guys can come over here and go boom. Okay, they're not very good at the whole defending going boom thing, but we're trying nonetheless. Okay, group number 2, you kind of exploded already. It's not doing too well. But we're just holding out. We're just holding out, not for a hero, but for release. How's the food gathering going over here? You guys can collect some food down there as well. Okay, I think we're actually doing well. With these soldiers defending themselves underground here, we're doing very, very well. We could take the fight to the ants over here, to the soldiers. But underground, our soldiers here are actually doing a very good job. And it's kind of true to how the species really works. The asymmetrical mandibles really is an amazing defense mechanism underground. So our soldiers here, as in real life, will be their last line of defense, holding the nest, protecting it against all these dangerous things. What we're going to do now, no, we're not going to go to the leaf cutters there. We are going to try to gather a bunch more food. Because we are going to have to defend against those army ants again in a moment. Let's get our soldiers up, because they actually did quite well, I feel. Okay, group 2, you are no longer... Oh, okay. we have got the leafcutter ants attacking us. This is not great. Oh, wow, okay. You are doing very well against leafcutters. That's surprising. Yeah, you show them who's boss. Look at us. We're the captains now. We survived? How? Oh, there goes the big whoop spider. He's just come out. Oh my goodness me. Okay, just come out of hiding there. Great stuff. Yeah, this is quite cool. And we'll talk about new Capritermes Tarakua in a moment. There we go, new Capritermes Tarakua. Let's play a little bit more. Because, yeah, the whip spider has just come out. I want to see how we can actually do against these guys if we bring in group number 1 as an explosive division. Here we go, the soldiers are climbing on, and there we go, the workers are rupturing their abdomens. So they build tension. Oh, actually, we need group 1, you need to actually attack and go blah. There we go. Oh, we're even under attack by the leaf cutters are also here now. Okay, group number 1, you are just going to gather food now. You're no longer attacking. Group number 2, you guys are coming here. You are attacking and you are also exploding. We need to kill this whip spider. Got enough food in the bank, thankfully. So group number 2, are you going to do this? So the way the explosions work though, group number 2, are you even coming? I'm not sure. I think group number 2 may also be dead. Or young ones. So don't explode, don't attack. Group number 5, you guys are our last hope. Come and go boom. And in the meantime, we're also still attacking the leaf cutters. And let's then see whether group number 5 can actually come and do their explosion bits. I think they may be distracted by stuff that's actually over here, like this, like that stinky thing over there. The whip spider is almost dead. But the idea with these guys... Oh, he's dead. Before they even reach the whip spider, they die. And go boom, there we go. Oh, this is going to be a nice... Oh, okay, done exploding. Now, the way the termites actually rupture is, of course, they increase pressure in their abdomen. And in their abdomen, they are storing that lactate BP76, the blue crystals, and they store it in the crystal form. And the way it is stored is actually fine. It is in a non-toxic form, at least to the termites. And when they contract their muscles in their abdomens and rupture their bodies, that blue crystal that they store, and the reason it's blue is actually amazing. It contains copper, like copper sulfate is blue in color. Yeah, the blue crystals there contain copper, and when they then rupture their bodies, that blue crystal, that lactate BP76, mixes with secretions from their labial glands, from the glands that extend along their bodies. Ooh, leafcutter ants coming in again. Yeah, come on, if the whip spider couldn't defeat us, then you stand no chance. Yeah, we're going to show you who's boss. And in the process then, with the labial gland secretion mixing with the... Oh, here comes the... Oh, everybody's coming again. I thought we defeated the army ants, but no, they're coming back. Okay, so we're going to, I guess, run forest. But then as they rupture their bodies and the secretions mix, it actually becomes more unstable. And as a result then, that kind of ruptures even further. And that sticky secretion then will end up on the attacker. Oh, now there's even a mantis coming into the fray. And in the process then, they sacrifice themselves. Yes, but they also take out their invertebrate predator as they do that. The idea is you sacrifice yourself for the good of the colony, but as mentioned, only really works against invertebrate predators, especially ants, but not really against big vertebrates, mammals, birds, those types of things. But I must say, this species, quite a lot of fun to play as. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Again, you've got to weigh up, like, okay, am I going to sacrifice myself, yay or nay? In most cases, I just sacrifice myself underground here. I don't like sacrificing my termites constantly against the army ants. The idea is you've got to decide when it is worth your resources to sacrifice yourself. And usually it isn't unless you are going for the Hail Mary approach. In that case, yeah, sacrifice it. But this was quite cool. Hope you had fun, guys. I had a lot of fun in this episode as well. And next week we'll be back with another episode of Empires of the Undergrowth. And if you've got any suggestions for what I should try next, please drop it down in the comments below. And of course, if you've got any questions, please pop them down there as well. Until next time, everybody, stay safe, stay explosive. I'll see you soon. Cheers!